All right, let's take a look at canola. My name is Trent Klarenbach with Klarenbach Research. Today is May the 8th, 2025, and let's take a look at canola futures. This is the weekly chart, and we've been talking about this level we're at right now, the 698 to 700 level. I mentioned that way back here in the fall that was, I thought we could get to that level. We're at that level now. And right now, it's gone from acting as support, as resistance, to acting as support the last 2 weeks. So last week, we got to close at 708. This being Thursday, we're closing right at 699.50, which is basically right on this 23.6% retracement, Fibonacci retracement level. I like this setup. I do like this setup, and I think it can go higher. My next levels of interest are up to the 733 to 745 range. I saw this on a forum. A gentleman posted on there that 733 is his next level, and I was kind of curious as to where he got that number from. I don't think he's a subscriber, but I'm always curious to maybe who else is seeing things similar to me or what that looks like. I think it's interesting. I like it above, right around the 700 level. Manitoba Ed, he was wondering what he should do. He's getting some good prices, and maybe I'll talk about that a little bit later. Let's look at the daily chart. The daily chart, we're above this purple 50 volume weighted average price. It's important. We're quite extended from our moving averages. You might remember on the 25th, I talked about a possible pullback to this VWAP at 690, maybe all the way down to like 680 to this trend line. We got that, and we found support from it twice. Buyer stepped in, and now we're finding support from this volume weighted average price again. So that's a good sign. We went above it and pulled back, got back above it. Now it's starting to find support. So we want to keep an eye on this. The 700 level is a very important level for me. It's what do you want to replace some sales. I think above 700, we become bullish, eyeing up the 733 level as our next level of interest. I think we talked about on the 25th, maybe re-entering down around the 680 level. Maybe you did that, and maybe you took some profits, made $20. Maybe you didn't, but nonetheless, that was a good entry point here, which we identified as possibly a good entry point. So right now, we want to just keep monitoring this, the 700 level. It's quite extended. I don't know if the pullback's over, but I do like it when we're trading above that 699, 700 level. Let's take a look at Saskatchewan, and this is our price index in Saskatchewan. And my price index today on the weekly chart here is 1513. I think Manitoba adds at 1530 what he can get. So he's wondering, I don't want to give back any gains here. And you know what? If you're profitable, it's probably a good opportunity to take some profits. You can always replace it back on paper with one of those strategies I suggested back on, the previous chart. You can reach out to me if you want to, learn a little more of the nuances about it. I can, give you some guidance there. But if you can sleep better at night and you're profitable, there's nothing wrong with profits. And if you waited this long to sell, this is the highest cash price going back 2 years. Hard to believe, isn't it? On the index, eh? So that's like 2 years. So I think that's impressive. This looks to me like inverse head and shoulders again. We've talked about this before. These can be a left shoulder ahead, right shoulder, neckline. We've broken the neckline. And let's see if I have it marked on here where I think this price can go. Yeah, this is the monthly chart. And our measured move, as I calculated it from the bottom of the head to the neckline here, takes us up to $19.40 to $20, right? So that's kind of aligned with this fib level, aligned with this previous, this obviously was an important level in the past here, going back to 2021. And it's an area of resistance. And, I think, maybe we get back to that level, get that head and shoulders pattern measured move. When is it going to happen again? I don't know. It's, I could probably get some headlines by stating a claim that it's going to happen by a certain point of time, but I'd rather give you better guidance than chase headlines. But nonetheless, keep an eye on this, because this is something to consider. Something you consider when pricing new crop. Because if we're in an uptrend, you really want to ride that trend as long as you can. And, to me, it's just looks like there's some potential here in the canola crop. So canola price chart. Let's take a look at the basis here. And well, I mean, look at these fib levels, how they've been kind of somewhat important here. So right now, the basis is, finding some resistance around that minus $32 a ton. I don't know what that works out to per bushel, but you guys can do the math on that. And we're above this green 50-month moving average, which is, I guess that's a good thing, right? So look on the weekly basis chart, and we're finding resistance from this fib level. Maybe we get a pullback down here, but it's not really telling us a whole lot, right? It's probably due for a pullback. It's quite extended from this moving average, and every time we get too extended from it, the price ends up coming back to it. So just keep that in mind. This is the 50-week moving average. All right, if you have any questions, you want to reach out, I'm available. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. My name is Trent Klarenbach. It's sunny in Saskatoon. Life's good.